What's up, everybody? We are in for another good show, I promise you. Looks like we got a few people in here already. Hang on just a second. Let me get this other screen brought up and make sure we're live. I think we're live. We usually are, but you just never know. Oh, yeah, we're live. So, we got a few people in here. Let's see how many we got. 8, 9 people? Not bad, I don't guess. So, let's see. Where'd all them yahoos at?
Who are you calling yahoos?
Man, I knew something was wrong. And the whole crew. Man, the hair was standing up on the back of my neck a while ago, and I thought something evil had possessed this place. I thought Nettie had psychopathically took over. I don't know. Who knew that the crew would come in? What's up, guys?
How you doing?
So, guys, we just wanted to welcome y'all, and with the help of all these yahoos and Michael at Our Epic RV Adventure, who is filming all this, we all managed to get together in one location, and we wanted to welcome y'all a special way, and this is the best way we knew how. Wow, that takes so long to get through that last part. I'm always on the edge of my seat wanting to say, what's up, guys? It's like, all right, let's go. So what's everybody up to this morning? We are on hump day already. Can y'all believe that? I've been off for 2 weeks, and these 2 weeks have just flown by. So what's up, Felix? You need a nap?
I do need a nap. But I was going to ask Artist on the Road. She says she's leaving tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn. So are y'all done with work and you're headed towards Sherry now? I think I think Gypsy Jeanette may be full-time now.
Aha.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. I thought I seen Sherry say that she's meeting up with Artist on the Road.
Yeah, they're supposed to meet together and meet up
Yeah.
and travel together is the last I knew.
That is probably a great idea.
I think it is, especially, I mean, I'm not trying to say women are weak or anything, but, they're preyed upon way more than men are.
Well,
and I think it's a great idea. I think old Gypsy Jeanette could kick some butt if she needed to.
Well, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with Sherry. I think Sherry claw your eyes out and not think twice about it. I'm just saying. I hang around a rowdy bunch. Tell it like it is.
Man.
There comes John over the hill.
I am full-time, done with work, except for some stuff done remotely while I'm on the road. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Getting that big rig out on the road.
Meeting in North Florida and then heading west. Anyone that gets in their way, look out.
If y'all make it to North Alabama, come by. I'll buy you some coffee.
I'm thinking you guys would be rolling right through there.
So, yeah. Should be interesting. We had a big frost on the ground this morning, so we didn't want to start early this morning anyway, so I'm glad we didn't. The sun's shining, so by the time we get off, it should be nice and ready for us to get to work. Hopefully get the top. I hadn't heard from my metal guy, but I was hoping to get the top on the porch today, but I don't know. I hadn't heard anything from him. So, but anyway, we got a lot of things to do step rails, all that kind of good fun stuff.
I have to clean my bathroom today. That's pretty much all I have to do. I got to finish editing my last video.
Roy and Becky, Roy and Becky has family not far from me, so I'm assuming that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, he has he or she, I don't know which one has the family there, but there's a cousin that is not doing well. Yeah.
Well, so, I hope you don't.
So if they go, it's probably not for pleasure. They'll be going for, my understanding, is a funeral.
Yeah. I hope you don't have to come this way, but if you do, come by and
not for that reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't got to see that yet, Sherry. I gotta watch that. I saw it as I was clicking in to be in here, so I didn't get to watch it yet. But
I'll have to go check that out. I made my rounds yesterday. I probably watched more YouTube yesterday than I have in a month and a half. So I'm trying to get back a little at a time because I don't have. By the time I come in, it's dark 30, eat supper, do a few things, and wow, it's time to hit the hay again. There's Thrifty Angela.
I want to know what. Sorry, somebody removed something. I was trying to see what they removed. I want to know what type of laptop his way home got. Because he got a new laptop to step up his YouTube game.
Oh, by the way, his way home said, I did see on my affiliate thing that I did get credit for you buying that microphone. Thank you for using that link, by the way.
Yeah, and everybody just kind of beware that Roy's going through and deleting people's comments randomly. He's not doing it on purpose. He says he's not doing it on purpose.
How is Roy doing that? Oh, comment on stuff.
His phone's messed up. He clicked on something he shouldn't have, and it went ahead and deleted.
Ah.
I get that issue with when the chat's moving really, really fast on my laptop. I have a problem with it. I've timed people out accidentally, and yeah, it happens. So a gaming laptop just for YouTube.
I tell you what, y'all know my daughter is the computer guru, and she has and still is a big MacBook fan. Both of my kids are MacBook fans, as I am. And the other day, our daughter started a master's degree program, online master's degree program for her for cybersecurity. And so in it, the program they use to, I guess, I really don't know exactly what it does. Anyway, the program she uses has to be on a PC. So she got with all of her buddies there and ordered her a Jam Up. She brought it with her the other day, a Jam Up PC laptop. I mean, that thing is beast mode. But it will chase down some bad guys in the cyber world. And so look out. So she's really, when she was in college, it was like work and it was a struggle. You know, all college kids, I wouldn't say all, the majority of college kids are stressed out to the max. Thomas, he works and does college online, and it's tough. But Keisha seems to have really be enjoying this master's degree. It's all online, and she has learned so much, and she's like all A's so far, and she never made all A's at Auburn. I mean, she struggled the whole time just to maintain some decent grades, and I don't know. I'm just glad to see her doing good and continuing her degree. So she may wind up in another field by the time she gets done. There's a big demand for cybersecurity people.
Mm-hmm.
She's just lengthening her resume. I'm gonna throw something out there, and Keisha, if she's ever on here much, or she don't ever come on here much, but she'll tell you this: if you have a kid in college, or if you have a kid in high school, college should be some sort of way planned on from sixth grade up. I'm speaking on that from experience, watching the two yahoos I got go through this. You sort of need to have some kind of plan. Yeah, we're going to college. Yeah, that's a dead set. And then you need to commit once you get to high school to making the best grade you can. An all A honor student will make more money in scholarship money than they'll make working a job. Both my kids, if Thomas has got after this year, one more year, even if we have to pay for that year of school, that will be the only year of school we pay for either one of our kids. And Keisha's 4 years, 3.5 years at Auburn. Thomas will have a 4-year degree for his nurse practitioner time he gets done, whatever all that is. But anyway, plan ahead, dedicate your life to doing that. There is no telling what Keisha's and Thomas's education would have cost if we'd had to check for them. They would not have made that kind of money if they'd had a real good job on the outside that had nothing to do with their degree. They would no way have been able to pay for that. But what I was going to say is when you do that, encourage your kid to do dual enrollment. Keisha, during her first interview on the Arsenal with the first defense contractor that she worked for, one of the things they brought up in the interview was how impressed they was that she finished her degree in 3.5 years. It wasn't that she doubled up on it at Auburn. It's just she had so many credits before she went to Auburn. You see what I'm saying? They love that. So there's your insight, guys. Get that degree in 3.5 years. It looks good on a resume. And if your kids are looking for a job and they're computer science or computer engineers, tell them to go to Huntsville, Alabama. There's a lot of jobs available in Huntsville, Alabama. And the company Keisha used to work for just got a big deal with NASA. So they're going to even probably be needing more workers. I don't know about that K&R destination. They took after their mama. Their mama's at the brains of this operation.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Ah, Tammy, all A, graduated top of her class. The only thing I was ever good at was math. And now I'm probably not near as good at that as I need to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you lose stuff as you get older, especially when you don't use it for a long period of time. Or when they change how it's done, you know, like the whole Common Core math thing. It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. We didn't draw rectangles. We didn't draw rectangles to add or multiply or whatever. We actually did the multiplication.
So, I doubt I could do Common Core. One year in high school, I loved math so much. 1 year in high school, I took algebra and business math and won the business math award. I mean, that's how much I loved math. I'd rather do anything. I mean, I'd rather do math than anything. Now I'm a history buff, and I hated history in school.
Yeah, I'm still not a big fan of history. That's Jesse's thing. I was always math, numbers. I like the numbers thing.
Hey, Dad's calling my wife, and he has a question for me. So y'all talk amongst yourself.
Okay, well, thanks for that. So old I leave the RV door keys in the door about every month. Wow. I don't know if I would do that. I'm pretty adamant about making sure I have things locked up and stuff. Or paranoid, maybe you would call it. Could have been a math major in college. Didn't go to college. Oh, I was the boss before. Just saying. Five year. That's good. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really like school either. I skipped a lot in my mostly in my senior year, I guess. Maybe junior. Yeah, junior and senior year. I don't know. I didn't like school. Hey, Shanna Craft. Yeah, gaming stuff. That's a good one too, Angela.
Sorry about that. Dad was getting ready for us to work, and Dad yesterday. I don't know how many people has a deck with the metal roof. Well, those I didn't think about it. I've never had one, so it's all new to me. But Dad says they sweat and they'll drip down, and they get really, really hot if it's the sun shining. And so Dad was telling me yesterday that I might want to put foam board under the metal to help it not do that. And so he talked to somebody this morning, and they done that, and they had it the other way, then come back and added the foam board. They said the best thing they ever done. So he wanted to know if I wanted him to go get foam board. So me and Tammy had to have a 2-minute discussion about whether we wanted to do that or not. Like it's time to do it now before you put the metal up, you know. Sorry about that, guys. So y'all talk gaming computers?
So Roy, you can ask for that kind of sub, but you got to give me a bite of it first before you eat it. And Gypsy Jeanette, yeah, I actually there was so a friend of mine, and we decided to skip school. I had a car, I drove, and we took off, drove around town, went and got some ice cream cones, and my ice cream cone was dripping while I was driving, and I looked down and wham, right into the back of a parked car. Yeah, that was very bad. And the cops, of course, came because it was in the road, you know, and all that good stuff. And yeah, he didn't give me a ticket. They knew me by name, so I was scolded verbally, but yeah. He didn't give me
damage both cars.
And he asked me, he's like, so what did you do? And I told him, I'm like, well, I looked down because my ice cream cone was dripping. He's like, you can't say that. He's like, I'm like, what? And he's like, you can't say that. He goes, I'll put down that you slipped on some ice. I'm like, there's no ice out here. He's like, well, it dried after you drove over it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was like, well, that's your baby, not mine. So whatever. Oh, yeah, I skipped. I didn't skip that many. I didn't skip 63 days, but I skipped enough that I got put in ISS. So, you know.
We didn't really technically have to skip school. I grew up in the generations that our parents didn't care. As long as we made passing grades. And so we would just leave. Like, I have went to school before to take a test to keep from making a bad grade and then leave. And it was a different time. I mean, you're talking about
we weren't supposed to leave. We weren't supposed to leave.
We could sign ourselves out if we were in high school.
Oh, I signed myself out plenty because I was pretty good at forging my mom's name back then.
We didn't have to do that. We just signed ourselves out.
I just, write a little note saying that I had to leave early, but I didn't do that a lot because I didn't want them to catch on,
Well, and two though, we're rural. I mean, I grew up in a rural area, so Dad knew everybody, and the principal knew everybody, and they knew your mama and your daddy, and they probably went to school with them, and they knew who they could trust and who they couldn't trust, and I don't remember ever having an issue, a lot of times I laid out of school to go help Daddy work. I know that wasn't good, but I always had money in my pockets.
Parking lot cop. No, we never had one of those, but we did have the section because our school was really, really old on one side, and then the other side was new-ish, and it was the middle school, and then we had the high school, but they were joined together, and and all that stuff. So there was areas where teachers would go out and take a break, and they'd be out there and they would kind of scan the parking lot and stuff. But if you parked in the right spot, they usually didn't see you anyway. So
when where Blaine Rayleigh went to school at Crossville, all you'd had to done was step out the door. You'd have been you could have snuck out behind a bush, and the next thing you know, that you could have hid behind 2 or 3 buildings, because their little school was in the heart of downtown Crossville. Which, when I say downtown, I'm talking about one red light. I don't even know if they had a red light when Blaine went to school. But anyway, one red light, and you'd have been missing in action in a matter of moments. I mean, it wouldn't have been hard to get out of school there.
Kevin Trammell said he was married in high school, so his wife had to call him out. Well, that kind of works the opposite for us, because we were married while Jesse was still senior in high school. So yeah. So I kind of know what you're saying there. Now, Artist on the Road skipped a lot because she was bored and she wanted to go smoke some.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that.
Songs.
I didn't do that. There was something else I saw. Oh,
what?
Thrifty Angela was, how did she put that? A goody two shoes in school. But she made up for it after she graduated. Good job.
Wait a minute. Back up the boat here. Back up. You are not going to convince anybody in this chat ever, Thrifty Angela, that you were goody two shoes. I'm talking about wine drinking, collecting.
No. That's why she drinks the wine now, because she was so good in school that once she got out and older and
she
on
left
her
hair
own,
down.
She went crazy. That's how it works.
Sort of like marrying the preacher's daughter.
Yeah. So now them, I don't know if they ever really
I married
have a calm spot,
Thrifty Angela. Mm-hmm. Make up for all that lost time. Yep. Oh, I sent Felix a song the other day, and it made me think of Thrifty Angela and Felix. Did you ever play that song, Felix? I wish I could play it online, but I can't. You remember I sent that song and said I was thinking of you?
Oh, yeah, that one that I didn't know what the heck it was because I couldn't really hear it. It was kind of garbled.
Well, I heard it on the radio going down the road, so I didn't get the name of it, but it was about emptying wine bottles. First people I thought of was Thrifty Angela and Felix. I don't know why, but I did.
I was really good and stuff in school and well behaved mostly. I'll throw the mostly in there until I hit about my junior year. And then it's just kind of like all heck broke loose. It's like, I am so done with school. I'm tired of this, tired of that. So, things turn bad.
Daddy, the only rule Daddy had for school was you're going to graduate.
Yeah.
12 years or 20 years. You're not getting out of school until you graduate.
I still made good grades, even though I wasn't there a lot of the time. So,
man,
I don't really know what they were complaining about. I feel like if I was making the good grades, who cares if I was there?
That's right. If you can make good grades and only show up once a week, good for you.
Disclaimer, parents, you may not want to let your children watch this live stream.
Oh no, I just get this text. I probably don't need to say it out loud, but it is not good. It is not good, and it come from one of our people in the chat. Oh wow, there's a reason somebody is in our live stream today. Oh, and it ain't good. Oh man, I feel so bad for you guys. Sound like somebody's got a lot of work to do today. Wow, I gotta find my live and get back.
I can totally see that, Angela. I think you strike me as the type. Good grade, studied hard.
So, Christy Angela,
I had a job when I was in high school. I did do that.
Me too. Yeah,
I did that.
I bought myself a graduation present. I bought myself a brand new Honda Rebel because I worked all the time. I thought I deserved it. And I paid for it, so who cares?
I think the reason I didn't need to skip a lot in my senior years because I worked. So, and I was in the DECA program crap. So I only had to go to school for like 3 hours a day in my senior year. So, I mean, there really wasn't no point to skipping.
They didn't have all that crap when I was in school.
So
you just told the principal you had a septic tank to go put in, that Dad needed help. He said, all right, see you tomorrow. I mean, that's about the way it was. We still had smoking section.
Oh, yeah, we did too. We go out and smoke with the teachers.
We had a whole, like all of our, I guess about all schools are made that way, like a prison. So you have hall 1, hall 2, hall 3, and in between you had grassy areas.
Yeah,
our grassy areas were smoking.
We didn't have a grassy area. It was concrete, but it was in between where the two building areas come out. And we stand out there and smoke, and some of them would fight. Stupid because teachers were right there, but you know, that happened a few times. Not me. I didn't do that. Not in the back of the school.
One of our high school bands, like, you know, at home bands. You know what I'm saying? Rock bands. A bunch of kids in the high school got together and formed their own band. Anyway, we had a talent show.
You got a new member. You got a new member.
Hey, thanks, Jane Catniece. But we had this talent show every year. Everybody got to, you know, get up and sing whatever they done. And this group got up there and sung that song "Cocaine." You know the song.
Uh-huh.
I mean, looking back then, I thought that was really cool. Looking back now, I'm like, wow, we did get away with a lot of stuff. Yeah, Sherry, my son done the same program basically. He done a medical program at the tech school. We have a tech school that's tied to all of our high. Like we have one tech school in our county, and all of our high school kids get to go if they want to. And it's pretty neat. I went to tech school.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I did, but that's because the DECA was over there. So I went over there. They had all of our, like, what's that other stuff? 4-H and auto mechanics. And, I mean, all that stuff was over in our tech school. So we had to go, we all had to bus over there.
The medical program that our son done was awesome. He done it, made good grades. He come right out of high school and got accepted to the nursing program at the college just right down the road here. We all went by at that big college there, close to my dad, or close to where we live now. But anyway, and so that worked out great because getting accepted to nursing school is half the battle.
Now, my daughter did some dual credit stuff while she was in high school, so that she already had some credits going into college, but she still had to go the 4 years.
So how many college degrees and or college certificates? Like I have a college certificate from being a medic. Who all has a degree or certificate or a tech school certificate in the chat? Tell us what it is. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that.
I don't. Jesse has one for electronics.
That's pretty cool.
Or, electronics, whatever. He can do all that electricity crap. I guess we consider that electronics. I don't know what it is. Electrical technician. I don't know. He can play
Hey,
with electricity.
he done a good job on them brakes.
Oh, he's been working on cars since he was really little.
One
Actually,
day,
I could do brakes. It's just I can't always get the bolts busted loose. I don't have quite the strength to do it.
Blaine Rayleigh, that could come across the wrong way. I just want y'all to read Blaine's.
But it is a BS.
I know, but you could actually make fun of that. You know, be a criminal.
Criminal justice would have been cool. I would have been interested in doing that kind of stuff. I kind of wanted to be a lawyer, and then I kind of didn't. I had some, I guess, religious issues with some of that stuff. So, you know, personal issues. I couldn't defend someone I thought was guilty, and I couldn't prosecute someone I thought was innocent. So it was a battle, and then I just decided I wasn't going to do it. So
You could have went in real estate law or something like that.
no, I wanted criminal.
Yeah, I thought about that when I was young. I thought I wanted to draw buildings and stuff, and that was boring. I done it for 2 years in tech school.
Thanks,
I first
Jerry.
done buildings, and then I done machine parts. Machine parts was more fascinating. Had a lot more math involved. I actually won my county mechanical drawing contest my senior year, and I'd only had mechanical drawing for 1 year because I took architect for the first year, swapped to mechanical drawing the second year. Now they do it all on computer. They wouldn't even know what a drafting board is. I still have my drafting board, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Jesse's. I started saying Jerry. Jesse's told me I should go back to school and do something and blah blah blah. Blah. I still have no desire to go to school. I got out of school, didn't want to go to school anymore, and I still don't want to be in school. The whole thing just does not appeal to me at all. You know, I just let me walk in the courtroom and argue with people and question people and get answers out of people. I don't need a certificate to do that. I don't think, you know.
Yeah, Felix don't need that. She knows how to do waterboarding.
Right. Put you in,
I actually turned down a scholarship. As bad as I
slam
done.
My hand down on the desk. Where were you, Gary?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, all Felix had to do is send me a text with her arms crossed, and then I just start shaking in my boots. But I actually I had a teacher that I really did like in high school. I graduated with her son. She was like an administrator at the college over here, and they had art scholarships, and nobody was taking them. Nobody knew that they could take them. Art scholarships were weird back in the day. You could get an art scholarship just for mainly applying. You just had to take some kind of art class, like cultural art. You know what I'm saying? Not just art, like drawing.
I mean, anyway, is that even a thing anymore? I don't
know. But anyway,
so many schools don't even have art,
right?
Music. Yeah. You know, I mean, there's so many. I don't know if that's even really a thing.
Well, our son was in drama, and that's considered art. But she called me because nobody would claim the art scholarship and offered me, poor me with bad grades, an art scholarship. She said, Gary, I'll give it to you, but you got to promise me you'll stay in and use it. And I had done by then, it'd been like a few weeks after I graduated, and I wanted to be in the construction business like my dad. So I had bought me a brand new trencher to dig water lines and stuff, so I could go around and get these water line jobs that we had been giving away to other people because we didn't have a trencher. I bought me a trencher, and I was done invested. And so it wasn't till Keisha was about 2 years old before I decided to go back to college and get my medic license. I don't regret that, but as far as getting it, because check the box off the list. I just regret wasting that time in my life for something I don't use. But my dad, because I never went to college, he paid for it. He wanted to pay for it since I was going to go back to college. So, but it was an experience. I learned a lot. I met a lot of people. Still have friends today from doing it. Every now and then I'll still have a nightmare or two off of it, but not too bad. I can't say there was a lot more good things that happened than bad. A lot of bad things happen, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's a lot of talk about history in the chat here. We got some history buffs, and I saw that Linda Barker said that, which hi, by the way, because I don't know if I tagged you and said hi. She said that she believes to learn, I believe you have to learn history when you're ready. Kids aren't usually ready. I agree, because I feel like, I mean, you may have some kids that are into it, but I think it's something that for the most part is going to bore a kid, and then they're going to immediately take a dislike to it, and then they're just not going to pay it. I didn't pay a lot of attention. I mean, I'm not history stupid, but you know, I mean, I know some stuff, but not anywhere near what Jesse knows.
Yeah. I made my first
and he'll explain, he'll say something, and I'll be like, what? You know, and then he'll explain. He's the history guy. Nope, I haven't.
My first F was in history. Well, I think my only F was in history. My boss,
F's, but
my boss at school.
I was probably a B. I was probably B in history.
Our principal at the school where I drive a bus, she is a history. I mean, like it just. That's all she knows. Like that is her life. And like her, and she's got a young son. She's single. Her and her son, every time we get a long weekend, they go on a trip. And she teaches that boy the history of that area, or they learn something about that area. She posts it on Facebook all the time. It's amazing the stuff I learned from their trips.
Well, that's what Me Moments Matter and Gypsy and Ed are talking about, that if you take a kid, I agree. Watching videos like, you know, like Nursing or Travel Bug, or, you know, all these people that have these kids in their full-time RVing, and they go to these places that are, you know, historical places and stuff. And, you know, even just like the museums and things, you know, and they go and these kids are learning hands-on, visually, not from a freaking book, you know, read chapter 10 and we're going to have a test tomorrow. No. You know, I'm gonna guess at the answers. It was boring. It was horrible. You know, and I think learning history, I think the best way is to get out and go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that they need to. If I was now, Keisha and them had some good history teachers. One of them, Jeremy Pruitt, that coaches at Tennessee. His little brother Luke. Well, he is a great history teacher. The kids loved him. Keisha did. It's history. But I think history, you need to attach it with a place the kids know about. Like, don't just attach it to a piece of paper in a book. Like, show them, like, wherever. Here's
like Roy's saying, he had an 8th grade teacher that would dress up in period clothing for whatever period they were learning at the time. That's kind of interesting. You know, but most history teachers, you know, and not always history, could be anything really. I had a lot of boring teachers. You know, they don't try to make it interesting. They just come in and go through the routine. So it's hard. Some kids you really got to reach to. You got to get their attention. You know, not all of us were thrifty Angelas and just wanted to learn. You know, some of us liked looking out the window.
Yep. I had too many squirrels in my life. History and me did not get along.
Yeah,
we had windows when I was in school.
Yeah. Yeah, I spaced a lot during history. And I mean, the ones that I can think of, I don't remember. I don't think I disliked any of the history teachers we had. I think they were all nice people. It was just so boring, you know. I will say the one funny thing is one of my history teachers looked like Napoleon, so everybody called him Napoleon. And then we had another one that kind of looked a little similar to Hitler, so everybody called him Hitler. And yeah, so we always thought that was kind of interesting.
I bet Texas Family Camping, to be an IT major, I bet that's interesting to see the change. To see the change of where computers was at the time maybe he got into that versus where it is now. I'm a Commodore 64 generation, so I really seen it. I mean, and a lot of these kids now that have computers don't remember the day you had to log in and actually type out the address to where you wanted to go.
Nettie popped in here for a split second and said hi, and now she's saying bye and love everybody. So, so evidently she's not got a very good connection.
I'd like to do a show one day with Texas Family Camping and let him show the changes in computers from where he started to where it is now, and show everybody. Because we have some young folks in here. Most of them are not as young, but it'd be pretty cool to see where it come from. But
I don't think Dave's that old.
He's not as old as I am, I don't think.
Nobody's as old as you are.
I know it.
Well, maybe Roy.
Well,
he
Jerry.
Might be up there with you.
Jerry's actually my senior. Jerry, did you survive the Zoom meeting?
Yeah. Yep.
Good deal. Another day. Breathe, Jerry, breathe.
Yeah.
Another list.
Dave is only 43, and Roy is.
Oh wow.
Roy is because Roy says he's 21, and we all know that's not true.
Yeah. Well, that just confirms what we knew about Roy. He stretches the truth sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure Roy turned what, like, I don't know, 80 or something not too long ago.
Hey, don't worry, Roy. The story is a lot better when you add a little to it. I've always thought that.
BB's in here.
Yeah. BB, there's no way you're 25. You can't be any more than 19 and a half. Jerry Holly?
Yes.
So,
how's your day going, Jerry?
It's going okay. It's going okay. I got internet. I'm back home.
Yay! Yeah, but you had to go back to the house.
Yeah. I got
I guess you have to be there for work, right?
Yeah, I got to stay in town pretty much. I'm duty chief this week, so I came back in about 6 this morning.
Dang, you got people coming in. Johnny's Journey, Britton Farm Homestead. Was Fordman in here already? Fordman's in here.
We got a pretty good crowd. So just to let everybody know, because some of
these
you,
people all
I'll
slept
probably
in.
make this announcement all week, but since we got a big crowd in here, we got a few changes for season 2. We're going to go to 1.5 hour shows. We may go over occasionally if we have something very, very interesting, but y'all know me, I don't go over. Usually I cut it short. We're going to start doing giveaways when we have sponsors. We got 2 sponsors I got to talk to about. I got to nail down my rules, but next week we'll have our first giveaway. And how we're going to do that is I am behind the scenes going to pull an active chat at some time during the show. I'll put that in a comment picker. I'm not going to have all this out to take up time. The show's going to keep going. We're going to keep rolling. At the end of the show, I'll post the name drawn as a player on the community tab. We'll have 5 players a week. We'll have 1 each day. On Friday, we'll pick a player. That'll be the 5th one. Also on Friday, sometime during the show, I'll take those 5 names and I'll put it in the comment picker and pick a winner, and I'll post the winner on the comment tab. So that person will win the prize, whatever it is that week. So that's how we're going to do it. You guys got to trust me a little, but I got tired of the wheel taking up an hour, 30 minutes to an hour of the show. So
yeah, and you got so pay attention to the community tab.
Pay attention to the community tab, and you got to stay active in the chat.
Yeah.
You never know, and I'm not going to announce it. And because I just don't want it to take away, but I want to have something to give you guys, to thank you guys for being here. And so it'll be fun. So, but we love you guys. I got to go. Let me go on down the list. We're going away from the guest setup. We're still going to have guests every now and then, but not one every day like we were going. It was too much on Felix. It was too much on me and the whole crew. We felt like we could, in other words, we were tied down to the show and it wasn't fun anymore. We were strapped to the show. We couldn't take off. We couldn't, do anything. Like we were tied like this was a job. And we love you guys. We want to be committed to you guys. But it was more than a job for Felix. I mean, Felix was killing herself, and Nettie too, trying to come up with guests. And Felix and Nettie and Jury, they all do a great job. I don't know why, because it's on my channel, but it's our show. And I tell everybody all the time, it's our show. And so we run it like it's our show. May have my name on it, but it's our show. And so, but anyway, that's new. We got all the new logo merchandise on the store if you want that. Also, we're going to do away with Patreon. We're going to move all of our Patreon. We're asking all of our Patreon members to move to YouTube. We're going to set up some memberships that match the Patreon, but it's going to take me weeks. It'll probably be phased into January. So we've had some move over from Patreon to YouTube. So we're going to go to all one social media platform. I can't keep up with all that other stuff. I got too much going on. So we may keep the Instagram account. The Daydream Facebook page don't do much anyway. I'll keep it up. I just don't post on it. So also, you are allowed now. We went back to doing this. You can promote your videos, upcoming projects you have. Don't spam the chat. We have an hour and a half show. If you post it 3 times, I think that's good. Once every 30 minutes is fine with me. If you get to doing it a lot, we won't say anything. They'll just delete them. We just don't want it spammed up. You can't ask for subs. You can't ask for nobody to visit. Y'all know all that. We're going to go back to that side of it. Because it was too much for us to remember everybody that had a premiere or everybody that was, doing something special. So we're just going to go back and letting y'all do it. So.
I would suggest only announce what you have coming out today. Because when you start telling people what you got going on next week, they aren't going to remember. You tell us what you got coming out today. You have a video today. There you go. Thrifty Angela's got a premiere tonight. I think 5:30 Eastern, maybe. So, Thrifty Angela's got a video coming out. Do you have a video coming out? Are you going live today? Are you, whatever. But,
So anyway, we want to have you guys.
Wait till tomorrow to tell us about tomorrow.
Yeah, and Felix has got a point. Now, y'all can put it when you want, but people's not going to remember it.
No, and then you're just putting crap in the chat.
Yeah. And so you want it to be fresh and new. Like, I'll remember Thrifty Angela's got one tonight. And if I don't, Felix will say, did you remember Thrifty Angela has
I don't know. I missed her last one. I was so mad I was going to be there. And for some reason, my Roku decided to change the time on my YouTube app, and it was showing me the wrong time. And by the time I realized what it was, then it was too late and I'd missed it. So,
what time is your premiere, Thrifty Angela? That'd be a good thing to post. That's like promoting your business and not putting a phone number. So anyway, that's all up to you guys. If you want to sponsor, get with me. I've got the first 2 weeks. I've got to talk to sponsors. So the first 2, we're only going to do one a week. And I'm not, and Felix keeps getting on to me, but I can't make up my mind on exactly the details of the sponsors. But we got the gist of it done. But I got to get with the 2 sponsors. So the first 2 weeks is sponsored. If everybody likes the rules, they're not tied to that because they don't know all the rules yet. But anyway, so if you want to do that, get with me. There is a minimum, and it is paid to us, and we're going to handle the online prizes. In other words, you're not going to have to worry about somebody shipping your item like His Way Homestead waiting on me to ship his coffee mug and book, and Sherry's waiting on her book. I just got caught in the middle of the move, but I am going to try to get that done. But what I'm saying is everything's going to be done electronically, and I am going to oversee that. Everybody else has got enough jobs, so that's going to be a job for me. But it makes it easy. So at the end, whoever the winner is, I enter in your information. Boom. That's all I got to do. It'll get sent to you or electronically sent to you.
Yeah. So there's no, if you have a little business or hobby on the side, you won't be able to say, I'm going to donate this item. So
yeah, it's going to be payable to us, and we're going to do the items. It's going to be stuff that you guys are going to want, and it's electronically done. And so it's going to be, if you want to be a sponsor, you'll have to send us the cash, and it's going to be like Amazon cards.
Wait. He keeps saying us. You're not sending us anything. You're going to send it to Gary. This is all Gary's thing. Please do not send me your Amazon money. You send it to me, I'm keeping it. So send it to Gary. That is not us. It's Gary. Bye, Kenneth. And hopefully he'll get his rules lined out for what he wants for.
Yeah, I'm still trying. I'm trying to do it so we can include as many people as we can. So, but with that being said, I want all the prizes to be good, even if we don't have one every week. So,
that was the next thing I was going to say. If there's no sponsor, there will be no wheel the following week. So somebody has to sponsor the week before in order to have a wheel the next week.
Also, I think we're done with all of that. I think I got all that in. Okay, good deal.
And just so everyone knows, this is all Gary's idea. So hate mail all goes to him. Don't send that to me.
It will get returned. It will get returned. I don't know about that. It might get filed. Do y'all know what that means?
Yeah.
There's a link to Thrifty Anglers premiere.
And Meemaws has a shorts video coming out at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock Eastern, I'm assuming. Today.
So, that's some of the fun new changes. I can't wait. We're going to go back to just hanging out, having a good time. You guys, our show, I don't want to say rating, but our show attendance has always been better when we've not had a guest. That is something that blew our mind. Felix got to noticing it, and I noticed it, and everybody got to noticing it. And we wanted the show. I've said all along, the show is your show. We're here for you guys, and that's how it started. All of us sitting at home. So, anyway, Linda Barker said, hate mail to Gary, love note to Felix.
Exactly.
Felix deserves a lot of love. Her and Nettie and Jerry. I wouldn't have a show without them, I don't think. I mean, I did have a show before them, but I don't think it was near as good.
Meemaw's shorts is so in about 7 minutes it's coming out. Well, I will catch it after Gary's done with this live stream.
I've got Johnny's Journey. I'm so far behind on their van build. It is like pathetic. I'm so far behind on all y'all stuff. I may have to just pick up from now on. There's no way I can go back and catch up.
Yeah, you never did do the 40 question challenge.
I know it.
Everybody else did it, not you.
Don't think that you guys in the chat are the only ones I've left out. I've left out these guys up here too. I mean, a month and a half, I couldn't even think straight. I mean, y'all heard the horror story about me having to ditch them while they were here visiting me.
Let me just say this. There's a lot of lacking of organization, planning, and scheduling coming from here.
I'm gonna put a camera on me one of these days and let y'all follow me.
When things are, there's never enough time. It's a lot to do with lack of scheduling, planning, organization, and a lot of squirrel.
That's the biggest problem.
So
yeah. They're just, it's crazy life. I get off here nearly every day, because there's some days I don't, but nearly every day, like today, I'll get off here and we'll work on the deck. We'll work on it till dark. I'll come in at dark, eat supper, and then either roll vinyl or something. Me and Tammy has took a few days off when we first moved in. At night, after we've come in and just not done nothing, but that was very few days because we was about to go insane. Well, it ain't so hard it is hard to keep up with everybody anyway, but we were in basically a 2-month move out. Like we had from the time we signed the contract till we got out about a month and a half. And then when you move in, the unpacking and the building the decks and building the driveways and putting in the septic tank and I'm about to
does anybody in the chat need a tissue? Because I know this is really probably upsetting you all. I can go grab some Kleenex if y'all need it. I think they're Puffs brand, if that makes it better.
Says the lady that's retired. That's what I want to say. Says the lady that's retired. Uh-oh, I think she froze.
Did I freeze?
Yep, you froze. You're freezing in like spurts. Like you're frozen out, you're unfrozen. You're
freezing.
Okay. So, we lost her altogether.
She's gone. You beat her out?
No, I didn't kick her out. She kicked herself out. I'll cut up with her, but I ain't brave enough to throw her out. I'll throw Jerry Holly out, but I won't throw Felix or Nick out.
No.
Jerry asked a stupid question. Yeah.
I just went all the way out and come back in.
Did you hear Jerry's stupid question?
No.
Oh, you're froze again.
Yeah, I see it blocky. I can see it too.
He asked if I threw you out. Now, that is not about the stupidest question you've ever heard.
Well, I mean, I can see why you would think so.
But now, I'm brave enough to, trash talk you every now and then, but I'm not brave enough to throw you out.
Yeah, well, you only do the trash talking because you know I'm a few hours away.
If I lived as close as Jerry, I wouldn't be trash talking.
I don't.
Linda Barker, she cracks me up. She's got a lot of stuff to not do today. No planning, no scheduling, no editing.
I hear you.
And Johnny's Journey's having a meetup in Kentucky.
Johnny's Journey.
I got who? I want to know who.
I got friends and we
probably won't tell.
Johnny's Journey. Now y'all are not that far from us. Y'all need to just come on down. Well, y'all I don't know what part of Kentucky y'all are in. Let me rephrase that. Y'all still probably couldn't be no more than 5 hours from us. I just got off the phone this morning from my friend in Williamsburg, Kentucky. If you want to go to home of Kentucky Fried Chicken, you can go to Corbin, Kentucky.
I think I froze again.
What it is, Philip, you're emitting all that heat from where I was trash talking.
Wow.
You're emitting all that heat that you're burning up your laptop. Whoops. There she goes again.
Well,
yeah.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you all the time. You just freeze up a little bit.
Let's see if
Yeah, you had great audio.
maybe I need to restart my camera. I may have to stay like this the rest of the show.
That's the sweet side of you, Felix. That would be what do you call it? When you, misrepresenting right there. That would be misrepresenting. Everybody think you were just a little angel, and we all know better than that. You may be an angel. Let's just say you don't have white
I don't
wings.
like this no camera thing because then you can't see me flipping you off.
Only on Daydream would you hear that quote coming from the screen. But now, yesterday, if y'all missed yesterday's show, y'all need to go back and watch like the last half hour. Jury's Class A, me and Felix and Nettie all agree is possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have evidence of it on yesterday's show. Go back and listen. We have lost Jerry Holly.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that because I couldn't hear it on my end.
Oh,
I guess
wow.
it was coming from my
It
end.
was clear. Anybody that was in here yesterday heard it. It was clear. Alexa I want to think Alexa is the little girl off Poltergeist baby that has grown up to possess Jury's Class A. I don't know if Jury's Class A was built over some cemetery or if they cut down trees out of a cemetery and used it in the building of Jury's Class. I don't know what happened, but Jury's Class A is possessed.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about it, and I don't think that little girl's name in the movie was Mary Ann. I think it was like Sue Ann or...
I think it was Sue.
So who knows
yeah.
what the character's name? What was her name in Poltergeist? The little girl.
I can't spell poltergeist, or I would Google it.
Oh, I think you're right. I think it was Sue Ann or something like that.
Carol Ann.
Carol Ann, that's it. Thank you. Who said that?
I did. Carol Ann.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
What?
Google it.
That was some fast Googling, but I did. When I typed in POL, it automatically pulled up Poltergeist cast. So I'm thinking that Jury's evil possession has took over the airwaves amongst all of our channels.
I don't know. I gotta go back and listen to it because on my end, I didn't hear anything when you guys were saying that was happening. So
That's weird. Yeah, it was really creepy sounding.
Oh yeah.
maybe I can get BB and Nettie to do a haunted thing in my camper or my rig and see if it can raise anybody.
Oh, I'm gonna find my ghost hunting equipment and I'll scan your rig,
Yeah.
Jerry. See if there's anything in there.
See if I get any EF. What is it? EFP. EMF readings.
Yeah.
Well, I never really like living by myself, so as long as it's a friendly ghost, that's okay.
Right. I mean, as long as they're not, mean.
Yeah, if they do some dishes would help out.
Let me see
Yeah.
if I can. And we got 2 or 3 more cases coming. I'm
You got
trying
some
to.
violence coming.
There's a lot of people in that show. Was she murdered?
Oh, you're trying to find it, aren't you?
Yeah, I was trying to find it. I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, well, if you mute yourself, we're not gonna be able to hear it. So, have y'all seen the video of Kara or Kara and Nate sleep in a haunted cave?
No, I heard about that, but I have not seen that. Somebody was telling me about that.
I've not.
I think it might have been my son-in-law. He follows them.
I wouldn't need it to be haunted to not want to sleep in it. I'm not sleeping in a cave. You know what I mean? Just, things tend to live in caves. And I prefer not to be their house guest. So, well,
this
where
worm.
did Gary go?
I'm here. Oh, where'd he go?
Gary.
He kicked himself off.
Now it's your show, Jerry.
Well, welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Glad you're all here today. We got 16 in the house. He'll be back.
Hey, where'd everybody go?
He pushed the wrong button.
We had like 23 people in here earlier.
I saw it one time, 23. Some people I saw were
Cave is a
leaving.
totally dry cave that was made into a hotel room. Oh, well, that's a little different. Hey, Jerry, Wandering Aces want you to call them when you can.
Okay.
Well, I know His Way had a meeting, so I think that's where he went. I don't know where everybody else went.
Yeah, well, somebody jump back in. Got 17 in there.
I'm hungry. I was trying to decide what to have for lunch. I don't know what to have for lunch.
What's your choices?
Not much.
Oh.
Need to go grocery shopping. I hate grocery shopping.
I do too.
Absolutely.
I do too. I just go
I always
usually get what I need.
And
for a
the
couple
thing
days.
is, well, me and Jesse don't eat the same stuff necessarily because he's big. You know, I usually make some kind of a pasta and a steak, whatever, and vegetable. That's what he eats like every night for dinner. Same things. And I'm not a huge fan of meat. So we've got like a freezer full of steaks and things, and I'm just not, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I have to be in the mood to want to eat steaks and even hamburgers. I just,
Really? Now I got to have some kind of good protein on my meals.
So I was kind of wondering there, Dave. Natasha and Tanya became Facebook friends, so the Pandora's box opened on their Facebook. Sorry for all the Facebook requests this morning. Yeah, because I noticed I had one, and I'm like, okay. Delete. No, I'm just kidding.
There he is. He's
I
back.
couldn't find it. It's going to be too hard to find. I got where I thought it was, and I just didn't want to take up the whole show trying to find it. But I got to where we were talking about the poltergeist, but I never could hear it.
Yeah. Maybe
So
it went away.
we were talking about Texas family camping and the fact that Natasha and Tanya became friends, and now there's like this whole array of people that likely are now popping up as recommended to him as a friend. So he's sent out a whole bunch of Facebook requests. So if you get one, make sure you accept it and don't delete it. I was teasing. I didn't delete it. Justin and Christina just came in.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
I was on their live the other night. They did a really good live the other night.
Yeah, I was too. I almost always miss their lives because they're on my evening off when they have theirs. Because Mondays is my evening off from YouTube. I take off Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, all day Saturdays. The only time you'll really see me on YouTube on Saturdays is if Jesse's working, and so.
If you're magnet fishing on Saturdays, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes. But
I see over the heels in here. Hey, John, give me a call later. I'm having trouble with the visible. So call me later if you can. Trying to get on his party
his
line.
little party line, yeah.
Yeah, and it tells me to go on asking to request to be on there, but it gives me no place to request.
Oh.
I think I have a phone though. My old phone is just like it's the S9 and it's compatible. So all I gotta do is get
yeah.
the number
Yeah,
off of
you
it.
did
I
with
should be
that
able to have the phone, yeah. So hopefully I can get this going pretty quick and have some internet. I got to run over to the station and grab it. It's over on my desk. I've got it on my desk charging when I change phones, so it should be getting charged. Hopefully it's easy as I can get it turned on today and have some internet tonight.
Artist on the Road said, Jerry, that John can send you an invite.
Yeah, he did. He sent me
Okay.
the invite, but when I tried to, because you have to request it, they got to approve you. And it
Okay.
says send it for approval, but there's no place to send it back to him that I can find anyway.
Wow.
Did it give you something to click?
Yeah. And then when I
Oh,
clicked
well,
it just said,
Well,
Start
it may
new.
have sent him something, and now it's waiting for him.
Yeah,
have an email.
Oh, you need to activate your visible service first.
All right, now that's above Jerry's pay grade.
hey, can I send you my phone?
Basically,
Felix?
what we're saying is, John, can you just go ahead and call after the
Yeah.
show?
That's why I asked him to call me. That's why I asked him to call me.
It is so hard to try to tell somebody explain how to do something
Yeah.
when, first of all, you can't see what they're doing and they don't know what you're talking about. And it's just, that's rough.
That's hard. And you know me, anything I touch seems to not work. So that's why I'm not touching my computer. My hands are in my pocket.
So it's safe to say that without Felix and Nettie, me and Jerry wouldn't have a YouTube channel. I'm just being real.
Well, I don't know about you, Gary. You might, but Jerry.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
I would have
man,
one.
so
You just wouldn't be
for
able
those
to make
people
heads
that
and
don't
tails of it.
I was helping Jerry with his YouTube channel,
Hey,
and
hey,
he basically just
hey.
says, "Here it is. Here's all my stuff. Okay." So I go in there and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is a mess." I literally spent an entire day straightening up Jerry's YouTube.
Let me just throw.
Backstage of the YouTube. I spent like the whole day.
There
were corrupt videos in there. There was there was just things that shouldn't have been in there was in there. Lives that never happened. You know, I mean, it was just, whoo, buddy. So I had to go in and clean. It's all nice and clean now. And I made him new playlists so that he has.
I got this deal saying this house is clear.
Yeah.
There were some interesting texts came across the group text during all that. So
yeah, they're probably with us.
It was,
I just give up all rights. I just finally just signed over all rights. Best decision I ever did.
Jerry fought for some kind of control, but in the end, he just gave up the ghost.
Back up, Jerry. Just back up. I got this.
Yeah.
She got it all fixed in a day that I took a year to mess up. So.
Oh wow! It was something.
Honestly,
I don't even know why YouTube even allows, because to me,
Jerry,
some of the files that were sitting in there, I'm thinking were videos that maybe you started to upload, but it didn't completely upload. So they're just sitting there all can't do anything with them. They're not watchable. They weren't, they're just nothing basically. It's just a corrupted file. I don't even know why that stays there. You can't do anything with it. It's not like you can continue to upload it and make it a video. It's just nothing. So anyway.
KNR, are you saying your visible service is so-so? Don't tell me that. I was hoping for a great service.
But
we were talking about this last night. with things that are going on and schools again sending kids back home, a lot of people going back home to work from home, I'm just wondering if you're running into a lot of congestion. And it's really not going to matter who you get the service through. You know, you're in such a large area. You know, I mean, I know Gardner itself isn't really all that big, but you know, it's still all one big area.
Kansas City
And
metropolitan area.
yeah. So I'm wondering if you're running into some congestion and it's messing with your.
You know, you could be onto something because they did just recently put three of the biggest school districts around just put everybody back on
E-learning.
everybody stay at home. Yeah. So that you could be right.
I know.
Well, I know there's a lot of
It seems like-
workplaces that are doing the same thing, sending people, even if they had, you know, started bringing them back to work. Now they're all like, "Oh, go back home." You know.
No, no.
Well, that's what they did with us, but you know, it seems like during the day, it's good. It's nighttime when it starts really going down. So you'd think everything would be busier during the day than
no, the
evening.
difference is e-learning, they get their lessons, they knock those lessons out. At night, they're gaming.
That could be it.
Or you had the kids through the day doing schooling and taking up the computer, and then at nighttime, mom and dad's like, "Get out of the way," you know. So they're on there watching their YouTube.
Well, there is a lot to that, and I'll tell you why. Because, like in our area, in our state, low-income families could get free internet. They were the big promotion for that, the government, federal money, and all this kind of stuff. So, like when we sold our house, and I asked to move our internet, you know what I'm saying? Just move my service. I already had a service. I just wanted it moved. We already had the line in the ditch. We done all that ahead of time. It was over a month they gave me up front. Thankfully, I knew some people, and thankfully, my son was in college doing online classes. That got us sort of moved to the front. But she told us it was crazy the people they were hooking up to the internet, and they were just so far behind. And look how long school's done been, nearly a half a year in.
Yeah.
And they're still hooking people up.
Yeah, I know. I was looking. Artist on the Road was telling KNR that it might be the phone they're using for their Visible. If you're using an iPhone, from what I understand, the iPhone does not work very well with Visible.
I heard that.
So if it's an iPhone, you might want to try an Android instead.
So our Epic is on that same service, right?
As far as I know, they are.
Okay, KNR, what we're doing with Patreon, it's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a night of not having to do vinyl. I'm going to set up all the membership packages from Patreon. I'm going to try to replicate close. I might not do it exactly to YouTube. So everything is going to be YouTube. We're going to phase out Patreon. So like in KNR's case, the only recognition they get for being a VIP Patreon is that I mention it with the bots. Well, I think with the memberships on YouTube, there's different levels and there's different, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get into that when I have.
There's pretty much every level you can think of. It starts at like 99 cents and just keeps going up from there.
So when I have time to drink like a whole pot of coffee, I'm going to sit down and, which wouldn't take me very long. But anyway, I'm going to sit down and program that into the system. And then as the months run out, ask you guys if y'all want to stay supporting us to move to YouTube. And that gives you guys more recognition too, because who goes to Patreon?
You need to decide, because it takes a little longer than what you're thinking, I think. You need to decide what price levels you want. You have to offer, or you are supposed to offer, different stuff to each level.
That's
so you're going to have to decide what you want to offer to each level. And then you've got to go in and program it in to the membership.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm going to pretty much replicate what we're doing at Patreon, it'll just be done on YouTube. Because
Well-
what it cost me is about the same anyway. I think it's exactly the same. And
If you
What?
keep getting everybody coming over to your YouTube before you get this done, they're all going to be $4.99 members, and
yeah,
then there's
yeah.
really no reason for you to have the different levels.
Yeah, I'm going to phase it in because I got different levels at Patreon. So it's going to take me a while to get it done. So you're all good on Patreon. Now, I've done had one to move over because I already had the level they were in. So if I already have that level, you can go ahead and move over. What it's going to do is make my
Or if
life
you don't
easier.
want to be at the level you were at, you don't have to do the same.
Yeah,
level.
yeah, you don't even have to move. You don't have to keep it or anything.
You
No.
have to be the same.
Yeah, you don't have to be the same. I might get creative and add some more in the middle because a lot of my
Thrifty
Patreon.
Angela. Bye.
See you, Thrifty Angela. Start lunch for the kiddos before we get back online. Good deal. So, but yeah, that's what we're going to do with that. It's going to take me a few days. I appreciate all of our Patreon members. I appreciate all of our sponsors.
KNR wants to know because they like the Patreon because it donated to Dirt Road Missions. Will memberships be the same?
Yes, we're going to replicate that part of it because Dirt Road Mission, yeah. We may even tweak it a little bit more to give a little bit more to Dirt Road Mission. So that's what I was telling everybody yesterday. That's what Kyle's talking about now. Part of their Patreon money goes to Dirt Road Mission. So they're involved with our Uganda and our Kentucky outreach. I am going to be real upfront and honest. A majority, I don't know. Let me backtrack on that. I probably need to add all that up. I would, though, say that probably more than 50% of our money goes to Uganda. We do a lot of local stuff, but you got to know we build churches and dig wells in Uganda, and that takes a lot of money. So we may do more projects here. We do more bigger projects there. So $3,000 well in Uganda or $4,000, ever how much they are now, in Uganda is life-changing. I can't take $4,000 here and do much with it. Over there, I can actually save lives for that money. And so, I want to do both, but I'm just telling y'all. And we will go over more of that one day. And I might have a show where I just talk about all the projects we do. And that might be a good show to have. And we'll talk about, I do, Dirt Road Missions, our church, and all that. So when I go over there, I am blessed to be the one that gets to oversee those projects. And I have a lot of influence over which projects get done. God blessed me. Sometimes I don't see that as a blessing because it's a tough decision sometimes. You have to decide what village is going to get the well. You only have so much money. You got to pick one. And that's hard to do, guys. That is a tough job to do. And it's tough that if you have a real nice orphanage with a well to say, all right, do we need to keep spending money here or do we need to go to another village? Well, then you think, well, we need to teach these kids how to be self-sufficient and need to continue what we got started here. But then down the road about 2 miles, we got a village that don't even have clean drinking water. So, and then last year when I was there, we run into this lady that was homeless living in this mud hut and had nobody to help her. So, we felt led to take some of our money and help her. Well, then that spun off to now we got a senior center on campus at the orphanage, which is a blessing. But you just got to sort of follow your heart and follow the path that you think God puts you in. That's why we don't have any way out front down the road plans with Dirt Road Missions, because we don't know what's going to happen. We didn't know that the Lord was going to stop the whole world at one time, shut down the economy globally. We didn't know the Lord was going to allow that to happen. So we have to just go with it.
Jerry Holly, I'm going to kick your butt. I got that email with the whole coffee thing. Jerry
watch a
Holly. Don't pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I just bought you a cup of coffee.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yep.
it
I just want to.
was a Diet Coke, KNR. It was a Diet Coke.
It's supposed to be water, Jerry Holly. We
There's
talked
some
about
water.
that this morning. Jerry
There's some
Holly.
water in it.
Jerry Holly. We had a long talk about that this morning
It's
before
got water.
everybody got here.
There's a little bit of water in there.
Did you see where it said aspartame?
Yeah. Yeah, right there. First ingredient. Yeah, aspartame.
Is it really the first ingredient?
No, it's in there.
Oh, I was like, wow. Because the first ones are the most is in there, right? Really be
Actually, carbonated water, caramel color, aspartame. So it's the third one.
wow, that's still pretty. Whew.
Aspartame's bad business, guys. And I
Yeah.
still drink it occasionally, but my body pays for it. My hands, even from just the ones I had the other day, it's going to take a couple of weeks to get that out of my system. But anyway, so we got about 4 minutes and we're heading out of here. But I'm tickled to death that we still got an audience. Me and Phillips and Nettie and Jerry talked a lot about, would people still come? Could I miss so much? And I'm like, well, if they don't, I guess we don't have a show. If we do, we got a show. I couldn't help that. I thought that y'all guys would be here, and I appreciate all y'all being here. This is my dream. Felix and all of them ask me all the time, about it, and I'm like, I want to do the show. It's not that I don't want to be here. I just sometimes I just can't be here. So we're doing a lot of talk behind the scenes about the future of the show, and the morning show is really deep, embedded in me deep. I love it. It is my radio show that I always wanted, and so I see the morning show going on a long time. But I also do see, like I said yesterday, we lost a friend yesterday suddenly. He got sick, was sick for 4 or 5 days, but now he's gone. So I also see the fact that I also have to balance that time with Tammy. So, but I think I can do both and run the morning show. But I still want to do the Tuesday night show. So, there's a lot of thinking to go on there. So my wife watches Hallmark movies. So Tuesday night may keep going on. I don't know. But I love doing this show, and I love that you guys love it. I hope we can make it interesting. There were a lot of talks about season 2. We talk about this as a team. Phillips will tell you, and Eddie will tell you. And we don't always all agree on everything. They don't agree with me. I don't agree with them. But we're honest. That is one thing about this crew of people. You may get your feelings hurt, but you will get an honest response. And you just got to go on. So everybody kids me. It's my show. I make the rules, but no, I take their input a lot because they will tell you that sometimes I see what's here. I don't see what's, down the road a little bit. I'm too focused on today, and I don't think about next week. And so, but anyway, I'm about to get in tears because,
oh my gosh,
I could not. This show is crazy better than I could have ever done it by myself. So,
So like you said, it takes a village, right?
Takes a village to raise a kid. Yep. Felix is like, I wish
it
we had
takes a village to raise a Gary.
Felix, I wish we had a bigger village because this kid's been pretty tough. So, anyway, so I don't know if Michael was in here yesterday when I was thanking everybody that had anything to do with the intro and the outro. Thank you, Michael. The only thing we forgot to do, Michael and Shelly, was record us recording the intro and outro. If everybody had seen what went on during the recording, they would be rolling. That would have made some good video.
Yeah, we should have had some outros of the outros.
Yeah.
Take that 4 or 5 times, or the intro anyway.
Well, thank you, Kyle. I got your email. Thank you.
All right, guys. Believe it or not, we have wasted a perfectly good hour and a half. And so
I don't call it wasted.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
no, we've had a good time. I love you guys. You guys make my day. It helped me get the first part of the day going on, and so maybe I can get back in the routine and check out some of your guys' stuff as well. Just give me some time, and hope you enjoy season 2. And we gotta go. Love you. Thanks again.
Bye.
We love you. Now we're gonna get out of here. Wait a minute. I stopped recording. Why are y'all leaving?
It's fine. Get up and walk out here.
I stopped recording. Why are y'all leaving?